Hi guys! So today's video is going to be a tutorial on this look that I came up with right here. It's a very cranberry, purpley, smoky goodness type of a look. Definitely not an everyday look, maybe like a going out look. But everything that I used on my face, with the exception of my eyeliner, is actually from Root Cosmetics. Root Cosmetics is an indie green beauty brand out of Iowa. If not Iowa, I want to say the Midwest. And they reached out to me and asked if I wanted to do a video featuring their products. And I said, yeah, sure, why not? So they sent me a coupon code for my personal use, and I ordered a bunch of samples out of my own pocket, and I created this look. I wanted to do something very fall appropriate. I wanted to play with some color, because normally I go for like neutrals like browns and creams and stuff like that. But this time around I wanted to do something a little bit dramatic, just push outside my comfort zone, and this is what I came up with. So yeah, I don't want to call this video a one brand tutorial video because my eyeliner isn't from Root Cosmetics. It's from a different brand. You'll see if you watch the video. But yeah, pretty much everything else is Root Cosmetics, from my eyebrows, my base, lips, cheeks, everything. So if you'd like to see how I did this very cranberry purpley look, then just stick around and keep watching. So to start off this look, I just have a clean face that is nice and moisturized. And to remove any excess moisturizer, I just take a napkin and blot my face. Next, I'm going in with the Pretty Booster in the shade Medium, just to even out my skin tone and prime it for some foundation. I'm using a Real Technique sponge just to even all of that out. Next, I'm going to be going in with the Hello Pretty Under Eye Brightener. It's kind of like a matte concealer. It's pretty yellow toned, so I go in with a light layer first with my fingers and just pat it underneath my eyes. Kind of cancels out some of that purple under my eyes, and then I use my Real Technique sponge to bounce it in and just blend it in further. I thought I needed more concealer, so I applied a little bit too much, and I'm using my fingers to even it out first, and then I'm going to be going in with my Real Technique sponge to blend it in further. Moving on to foundation, I'm using the shades W3.5 and W4 in the Pearl Powder Mineral Foundation, and I'm just going to start in the center of my face, kind of dab it first, and then swirl it around. Moving on to brows, I'm going to be using this deep brown brow powder, and the full size actually comes in a pressed pan, but the sample size I received comes in loose powder form, so I feel like it went on a little bit patchy on my left eyebrow at least. However, I do really like the tone of this brow powder. It's slightly warm, it's not too red, not too orange. They also have a deeper shade, I want to say it's called Jet, if you have darker hair, but I was afraid of getting that because I thought it would be a little bit too dramatic. To prime my eyelids, I'm using the Hello Pretty Under Eye Brightener as a base, and when I applied it with my fingers and tried to blend it out, it got all super patchy and threw me off. So I went in with the Real Technique sponge, and that seemed to even everything out, and I recovered like a pro. And now to set the eyelids and the under eye area, I just went back in with the Mineral Foundation in W4. For eyeshadow, I'm taking Cashmere, which is part of the Fall 2016 line. It's a light nude, it has a satin finish. I'm just using it from my brow bone down to my lash line to kind of even everything out further. Next, I took the shade called Smitten. It's also part of the Fall 2016 line. It's a matte pink dusty rose shade, and I just blended it into my crease. Now, I'm an eyeshadow newbie, so I was taking little layer by little layer, just slowly building up the color in my crease. I feel like that's what you should do, as opposed to going like super heavy-handed where it's going to be very difficult to blend things out. So I was out here blending for what felt like 5 years, but you know, we got places, we went places, so you know what I mean, right? Yeah, okay. While I'm blending away, I thought I would talk more about the samples that you can get through Root Cosmetics. I mean, this whole video is just me using samples pretty much, and I think their sample program is awesome because they offer everything, like literally every product that they sell they have a sample for. Like these eyeshadows are actually pressed eyeshadows, but they come in a loose mineral formula when you order a sample, and it's a really great way to try out this brand, especially if you're hesitant on shelling out all the cash on a full-size product. Next, all over the lid, I'm going to be taking the shade called Merlot, and Merlot is this very shimmery burgundy color, kind of pulls a little bit more on the red side, on my skin tone at least, and you can actually use these Root Cosmetic eyeshadows wet or dry. I just decided to use this dry because I was too lazy to wet my brush, but that's just a personal preference, honestly. And now I'm taking it all the way up to my crease, and then I'm going to be blending it out a little bit with a fluffier brush just to diffuse the edges so that it looks a little bit more seamless. And again, I'm taking about 10 years to blend in everything. I'm just blending in this color into the crease so that it looks diffused, seamless, and I'm kind of dragging it out to the outer corner as well. I'm going to be starting kind of like an elongated cat eye look. After finally blending everything out, I went back in and packed a little bit of Merlot onto my eyelid. Now focusing on the outer corners, I'm using Cabernet, which is also part of the Fall 2016 line. It's a matte burgundy color, but to me it pulls a little bit more brown, a little bit more purple, and I'm just focusing this on the outer third of my eye. I'm going to be focusing on creating that cat eye look that I was talking about earlier. Now I'm just using a really dense crease brush to really get into that outer corner for some more precision. I'm just slowly building up the color. I'm slowly taking things out past my outer corner to create like a triangular feline look. And I'm also taking in whatever excess I have on the brush into my crease as well, and just really dragging it out to create a more elongated look. Next, with the shade called Pixie, I'm going to be taking that into the outer corner of my eye, really smoking out everything, really elongating the eye. And Pixie is part of the normal Root Cosmetics line. It's a deep eggplant color, so it's more of a true purple tone, and it's also a shimmer matte, so it does have some slight shimmer, but if you blend it well enough, it acts just like a matte color, which is really cool. And I'm just taking my time building up that color, really elongating the eye and smoking it out. And then I take a clean brush to blend out the crease, just blend out any harsh edges that might be there. Onto eyeliner, I'm using the Physicians Formula 2-in-1 Lash Boosting Eyeliner in Serum in the shade Ultra Black. It's like the longest name for a liquid eyeliner, I swear. But I take my time doing this. I try to get as even of a line as I can, just going from inner corner to outer corner, slowly tracing the line. I can't do like one solid swoop, that's just not my style. On this eye, I actually made the line a little bit thicker than on my right eye, so yeah, that happens. And then I work on the wing, which also takes me 50 years to complete. Next, I'm using this eyeshadow called Champagne Cake in the inner corner of my eye, just like as an inner corner highlight. Now I'm going to give my eyelashes a good curl, and then I'm going to apply the 100% Lash Natural Mascara. This formula is pretty dry, so I feel like I have to apply a bunch of layers to get it to the length and volume that I like, but once I get there, I really like the result of the mascara. And then I'm going to be taking Smitten onto the lower lash line to create a smoky look. And then on top of it, I'm going to be using Cabernet just in the outer corner of my eye. And then I'm going to go back in with Champagne Cake into my inner corner. Moving on to blush, I'm using the shade called Sophie, part of the Fall 2016 collection, and this color is actually a blushing bronze, so if you apply it lightly, it acts as a blush, but if you press down a little bit harder, it's going to act like a bronzer. And Sophie is a golden pink tone, and it's also matte. Now for highlight, I'm going to be using the shade called White Gold. It's an illuminator that's described as an 18 karat gold type of highlight, and I didn't go too heavy-handed on this because it is pretty shimmery. I just wanted a subtle lit within glow, and I wanted the main focus to be on the purpley eyes. For lips, I'm going to be going in with this lip gloss shade called Brook. It's a new shade. It's a nudie, brownie, pinky type of color that I think complements this look perfectly. And this pretty much completes the final look. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And with that, I'll see you in the next video. Bye!